Hey guys, Dan King here. Okay, I just woke up, so I thought of something. I was like, I want to get this video out because I want to be making videos like every day. So, um, yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna make videos every day so I can stay consistent. Dude, I see these people make these channels and like they don't even talk about anything. Like, it's just about like if you can keep the person like entertained and they'll watch it. Like if you can make a video and add all the crazy like colors and stuff, like if you can have their attention, like I saw this one guy who's like 18, 19 and he made this video and he had like him like superimposed on like there was a green screen and it was just all like purple and he was going like this, just throwing stuff up, just talking about how to blow your YouTube up channel up, and he blew it up just by like making that stuff. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a video today about finance, explaining finance, right? I was like, it's not that hard. I'm not a financial advisor, right? Apparently, like, you need licenses to do everything these days, so it's like, okay, it makes sense. Like, when you don't have one, it's like, really? But then when you get one, it makes sense. It's like, okay, at least you're, like, verified. But talking about finance is like, do people really know, like, what they need to know about finance? Like, I just woke up from I couldn't sleep last night at all. I can't. I have a hard time sleeping sometimes. So I was like, I'm gonna make a video about talking about finance, right? And I was like, okay, um, let's talk about like what finance really is, and it's like the management of money, your own money. But then it turns into like personal finance. So like personal finance would be like keeping employment and learning how to manage your money, basically saving it and then putting it into something else where it can make money for you so you can manage more of that money, right? So that's why we have a YouTube, but our YouTube is mostly for like explaining like what we're doing, right? So I was gonna be like, okay, well, like I have this financial book that I'm not gonna read because like I already know like basically like you have to have employment in the first place to get like loans, and loans are part of finance. Managing money all comes down to making money basically, right? So it's like, okay, what can we do to make this money? Well, if you have a little bit of money, the best route is to go to the bank and ask for money. Like that's the easiest explanation I got. And that's what all these people talk about is the credit game. Now we're talking somewhere. I started in the credit game, but I'm like a little tap hole. No, I wouldn't say tap hole. I'm like a little mini when it comes to the credit game because like I met a real estate guy and he had like his real estate portfolio for credit had to at least be like 10 million because he just had so many properties and he used them properties because they're assets. He turned them into assets and he used them as collateral for getting money. And this is what like famous people like that Robert Kiyosaki guy, and I read one of his books. They talk about like getting in debt. Like everyone says getting in debt is bad, and I wouldn't want to be in debt either. But like I feel like at some part or a certain point, getting in debt can be a good thing because you can start to learn how to use other people's money, aka the bank's money. And I see these guys on YouTube who have their credit good and they start with like going to the bank and then they go to other banks and they use credit cards. And that's what I really want to get into is the credit card stuff and explain and show. I haven't really tried it, but I've seen a lot of videos about it. And basically the whole premise is like people go to banks and get credit cards and just like they'll get like 5 credit cards and get like approved for 2 grand, 5,000 grand, and then like 2 times 5 is 10 grand, or 5 times 5 is 25 grand in credit cards, and that money can be used to work on yourself, your business, and your advertising. That's finance right there. That's like that has to be true finance. And these guys who talk about credit, like kudos to them, but like they're able to like make a video every day talking about like this. I don't know how they do it. It's like it's so superimposed in their mind. And like I would like to get to that point where I can just get into that point of talking about credit and finance like every day and just making a new video and like actually becoming what I wanted. Like becoming a financial advisor, becoming like a loan officer, and understanding and helping people like get credit in business and understand it. So that's basically what my whole I'm gonna say my whole YouTube channel, but my YouTube channel is like entertainment, business, and a little bit of playing video games. But I'm kind of done playing video games, honestly. I just I thought like maybe you could make money playing video games, but it's like really kind of sad and depressing sometimes when you think about it. So, but yeah, we're gonna get into finance and talking about credit, and like there's your confirmation right there. And like this game is like serious when it comes to this credit stuff. Like you can go to banks, apply for like you can't from what I understand is I'm gonna make this video short. The credit, there's a way that like you can't just go to the bank and apply. You can apply for 5 credit cards, but like when you apply for them 5 credit cards, 5 separate banks, like somehow it affects your credit score, and they make you score, say it's like 600, or make it go down to like 590 for applying to 2 banks. Now I don't know if like if you apply for 5 banks at the same time, it will go from like 600 to like 580. I don't know how it works. I don't know if that's even a thing, but like some person was talking about it. I was like, okay, and it might be a thing, but I never tried it, so I don't know. Could be a thing. So, and then they tell the other banks that like, hey, this guy could be a high risk because he's applying for a bunch of banks out of nowhere. So then that's when the guy was talking about how like you have to have a business already beforehand, and you have to have like a whole like credit history, so you look reliable. And they still, even if you have that, like if you have the proof, then you're okay. But if you don't, it just makes you look high risk, and they're not gonna lend. But I don't know how true that is. So I'm gonna keep up to date. I'm gonna mess with this stuff, and I'm gonna let you know because I'm like a credit guy. So just wanted to make this video and get it out there. So hope you guys enjoy. Peace.